Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Okay, what I'm doing today is an update to my video that I made a couple of months ago. It was a popular video and a lot of people were giving me a thumbs down because I don't think they really fully understood what I was doing or saying in that video. But that video was for a software problem that plagued the operating system that was out at that time. So I gave a fix until they updated the operating system. Well, since then they updated the operating system, so you shouldn't get those errors anymore software wise. So if you're still getting this error right here, then that error means that there is something wrong with your hardware in your PlayStation. More than likely your hard drive. If you've been getting your games freezing up a lot, corrupted data a lot, your PlayStation moving abnormally slow, and you've been getting that error, then more than likely you need another hard drive. The hard drive is this. One of these, it is a laptop hard drive, and it has a SATA connection. So for all of you people that are tech savvy, just remember, when you go in, tell them you want a SATA hard drive that you're going to be installing internally into your PlayStation 4. Now, I'm going to be installing a 2 terabyte. Let me see if I can. Okay. For the camera, 2 terabyte. Now these usually come with a 500 gigabyte. 1,000 gigabytes is a terabyte. So this is roughly a little over 2,000 gigabytes. Now also something you want to take into consideration, once this hard drive is formatted, this is the non-formatted amount. Once it's formatted, you'll have, and after the operating system is installed, probably about 1.8, 1.7 gigabytes free. Well, anyways, enough of that. Here's what you have to do to fix the problem. This is an original, this is not a slim, but I'll give a link in the description if you have a slim. This is a regular model. See what model this is. This is a model. Let's see if I can focus that in. I'm not for sure if I can or not, but if not, I'll read it to you. It's CUH-1115A. It is the old, what they would call vanilla, regular PlayStation 4 model. Now, this right here, the strip, the side, you're going to push down a little bit, and you just slide it to the left. You don't have to do it real hard, and you just slide it on over and it comes off like so. Just lay that to the side. Make sure you have your new hard drive. Oh, by the way, you can buy a 2 terabyte hard drive on eBay for around between $50 and $59, or if you don't want to wait, you can buy them at Best Buy. And like I suggested, you want to get a SATA drive. Now, with my camera, I'm using a GoPro, so it's mounted to my head strap. So I'm going to show you, there's this cage here, and there is this PlayStation bolt. It's got like PlayStation little symbols, and what that does, you want to go ahead and take that bolt off. And it loosens the hard drive caddy tray. Okay, do not lose that bolt. I'm putting it right over there. Then this tab right here, you see this little tab, it just slides right back. And on this right here, this is where everything is stored at software wise that you've been playing. So I know that this has a bad hard drive, and I'm going to be putting the 2 terabyte in. Pay attention if you're new to this on how you take this out so you can put it back in, or you can just watch my video here and you can see how it goes back in. There will be 2 bolts on each side. This metal container here that holds the hard drive is called the caddy. So you take these screws, they're Phillips screws, and you take them out on each side. There will be 2 of them. You don't want to get these confused. I'm going to be putting them over there. Oh, and by the way, this does not void your warranty with Sony. The only way to void those warranties, or that warranty, if you still have a warranty, is if you take the whole PlayStation apart. There will be a warranty sticker like in the back, and if you take the whole PlayStation apart, that voids the warranty. But just upgrading the hard drive like this does not void your warranty. That's one good thing about the PlayStation 4s that Sony let the customers do, is to upgrade the storage in their consoles. Now that all 4 screws are removed, this just pops right out. So I'm going to set it over there. Oh, I almost forgot. Before you take this out and disassemble your PlayStation, you want to make sure that you've backed up, if possible. If your hard drive isn't totally crashed out on you, you want to make sure that you've saved your game saves to the cloud, or that you've backed up your data, because after this, it's going to be installing a brand new hard drive, just like it came from the factory. So then you take your new hard drive, and then you lay it on there. You see here, okay, just comparing. Alright, now you take your new hard drive, then you take your screws, those black screws that well, yours may be any kind of color, but in my case these are 4 black screws, and there's going to be 2 on each side. And what I'm doing, if you can see, I'm putting it in the caddy. Tighten these things up. You don't want to over tighten them. It's not going to help it perform better. If you tighten it as tight as you can get it, it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be flush. That's all. Then I'm putting that last screw in. Then it's all flush, and you can see it looks just like that. It's in the hard drive caddy tray, and then I'm going to slide it just right back in, and you'll feel it just slide smooth and perfectly and flush. And then next step is take that PlayStation screw, see the one that has the symbols of the PlayStation, the box and the triangle, and yeah, the PlayStation screw, it goes right back here. So you just put that right back on there, and then you tighten that baby down. I'll do it with my left hand so you guys can see on the camera. I'm tightening that down. Okay, it's tight. Then here's the shield that went on top of the PlayStation. You'll see in the bottom it has inward grooves. Let's see if I can get that, how that goes inward a little bit. You'll want to put the inward grooves down. It kind of slides on. See, it kind of slides onto the PlayStation, and then it just kind of barely pops into place, and then you have your PlayStation back together. Now that we have all of that done, we are ready for step 2. Okay, in step 2, you want to go to your computer. You want to go to Windows Explorer. This is where you open up all the branches to the data in your computer. Over here on the left, you want to make a folder, and you want to name it PS4. Like here, you would go to New, right click on the local disk, and hit New Folder, and then you name it PS4. In this case, I've already done that, and it has to be called this. It has to be so that the PlayStation will be able to recognize it when it becomes time for you to do the next step. Okay, then you want to click on PS4, right click on it, and then left click New Folder, and with all caps, and make sure PS4 is in all caps, make sure Update is in all caps, make sure there's a subfolder there. Now, the next thing you do is you go to your web browser. I'm going to be using Microsoft Edge, just kind of like Internet Explorer, whatever web browser you use. Now, here's where a lot of people make the mistake. So, pay attention here, because it can mean the difference if you get your system up and working or not. Sony releases updates to their software, and then what a lot of people don't know is that they have the full system, the full operating system out there for you to install when you install new hard drives like I am doing. So you type into Google full system software for PS4, and then it's going to take me to the Sony's website for the PS4 system software update. Now, the latest version is 6.20, and a way that you can tell if it's an update or not, an update will be in between 400 and 600 megabytes, whereas the full system software will be a little bit over a gigabyte, and that is the full software, not just an update. And then you hit agree and download now, and then I hit save as. And what you want to do, you want to save it. Remember that folder that we made that said PS4? Well, we click down, we deflate down to that folder. There's the PS4 folder. We double click there and click in update and click save. Save it into that folder. And see, I already had it saved there, but you save it in that folder there. So it is now saved. Now, once it is saved, you have to do the next step. The next step is you have to have one of these. This right here, all it is a thumb drive. You can have any brand of thumb drive. It just has to be, they recommend 8 gigabytes or above, which anything these days are usually 16 or above. This is a 16 gigabyte thumb drive. I'm going to put that thumb drive into my USB slot. There's Windows detecting it. There it is. USB drive found. Back up your files. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a fresh formatted that drive because I don't want any other files on there. USB drive right there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on it. This menu will come up and I'm going to left click format. I'm going to leave everything as is on there and I'm going to click start quick format. Let's see. Sorry, I had a technical difficulty there. Now I right click to get this menu up, then I left click format and I leave it checked quick format. It says warning, everything will be deleted if you click OK. Is this what you want? Yes, it is. So you click format and this only takes a couple of seconds. It's erasing everything on that thumb drive. Format complete means everything is erased, and then you just close that out, and then here's what you do. You can just hold, or either way that you're used to doing it. What you're going to do is you're going to copy the Ps4 folder onto that USB drive. You can just left click and hold it and drag and drop it onto the thumb drive, or you can either right click, if you don't know how to do that, left click copy, then right click on the thumb drive and left click paste, and then it's going to copy the folders, that Ps4 folder and then the operating system file. It's going to copy that onto your thumb drive, just like this. I'm trying to do all this in real time so you guys know exactly how to do this if you're having the error. You know, I want to get you back up in gaming. I know how it is to have a game system down. Also, your computer, I don't have like the best computer in the world, so your computer may copy these files a little faster if you have USB 3 devices and whatnot. Sorry, I had to take a little drink there. Just a couple more seconds. And that file is going to be copied. Okay, now that file is copied over. Now what you want to do is double check that file to make sure you've downloaded the right file, to make sure that you haven't downloaded just the update file. You click on the USB drive here. It should have the Ps4 folder. You click on that and it'll have update. Inside the update, it should have this file called ps4 update.pup. And as you can see, the size of that file is a little over 1 gigabyte. That means you have the right file if it is that size. If not, it will be around 400 and something megabytes. It's very important that you get the right file if you're installing a new hard drive from scratch. And that is what the link on the Sony website was for. The one that said, if you want to install this operating system from a fresh install, that is the download link. You click and you get this file. Now, okay. All we have to do is unplug the thumb drive and we are ready for the next step. Okay, the next step, what you want to do, there's the PlayStation that we just changed out the hard drive in. So what you need is a DualShock 4 controller and a micro USB connector. So we're going to plug in the micro USB connector to the first slot on the PlayStation. And you're going to need this that we just made, that thumb drive. We're going to plug it into the second USB slot. And then we're going to turn on the PlayStation 4 until it says this. It says, cannot start. Connect the DualShock 4 using the USB cable and then press the PS button. And everybody probably already knows this middle button here is the PS button. You push that and it says connect a USB storage device that contains an update file or reinstallation version of 6.20 or later. You can download the update file for reinstallation from PlayStation.com. So then I go to OK, and then I click the X button for OK. Then it's going to be looking on that thumb drive for the software. You can see it's running in safe mode. And you know, it may take a few minutes, so don't get worried. You know, as long as you can see that these are the PlayStation little symbols are moving, then you don't have to worry about it being not locked up. So we're going to do an average time. We're going to see how long this usually takes. And you know, it could be different, slightly different, depending on if you have a 7200 RPM hard drive. Look, it's already ready. It says the PS4 will be initialized. All users and all data will be deleted. Are you sure you want to continue? Now this is the new hard drive anyway, so there's nothing on there. So just hit yes. Push right and then push X for yes. And then it's going to start formatting. Initializing means pretty much formatting. Do not turn off the PS4. And then it's preparing to update system software. So again, just have a little bit of patience as it's going through this step. As I was saying earlier, it might go through that one step faster if you've installed a 7200 RPM hard drive, or if you have a different version of the PlayStation like a Pro. You know, you may notice like a 30-second, you know, faster doing some of these steps. Then the PlayStation, after it does that, is going to power off. Then it's going to power back on. It's saying please wait. System software update. Again, I'm sorry this video is so long, but I wanted to go through this so that you guys would know. And also a reminder that this is the fix, the actual hardware fix. That video I made before was just a temporary problem that Sony had with software. So if you were still getting the error at the beginning of this video, then this is the way to fix it, by replacing the hard drive and reinstalling the system software like we are doing. It says installing update file, do not turn off the PS4 during installation. After the installation has completed, the PS4 will automatically restart. So here it is, copying all the files over. It shouldn't take really a whole lot of time, but then again, it's not going to be instantaneous. So I ask you to have a little bit of patience here. I want to take you guys through this so that you can see in real time, you know, how long this is going to take. I know it's not the most exciting thing. It's not like watching the Super Bowl or acrobatics or anything, but this will get your PlayStation 4 back up and running. if this was in fact your problem. Guaranteed there are hundreds of other problems that can be going on with your PlayStation 4, but the error that is stated in this video description, this is the fix for that. You know, if your PlayStation has been freezing up, if you've been getting corrupted game saves, if your hard drive has been making a noise, if your hard drive has been kind of lagging behind, you know, the ARM in that hard drive can't read the data just right, then, you know, this fresh install of a hard drive will fix that. And like I said, since these usually come with a 500 gigabyte or even a 1 terabyte hard drive, you know, it's much more efficient to get a 2 terabyte hard drive, and you'll have that efficient sorry, I thought my camera got knocked off and it didn't. Okay, it's installed the software, it's restarting. So as I was saying, you know, if it starts, you start out with a 500 gigabyte, if you have to go through this process anyway, it's much more cost efficient and also game efficient, since, you know, games are like, most of them on average are 50 gigabytes these days. So you'd want, you know, the 2 terabyte hard drive. And, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2 is over 100 gigabytes. So, you know, it's not going to hurt for you to have that extra space. Updating system storage. Do not turn off the PS4. After the update has completed, the PS4 will automatically restart. Then again, you can see how fast this is going. It's not taking long. Going pretty fast here, moving right along. Then it is restarting. And remember, after this video, I will include links. If you don't have this model of PlayStation 4, I will include links down below for your specific model of PlayStation 4. Here's the PlayStation logo after it's booting up. So it's basically you know, finding all the software for the first time. It's gonna be like when you first bought it. A fresh install of Sony's operating system. It says connect a controller with micro USB cable. I have done that right here. Select language, English, United States. You set up your settings. Just going to hit next. Checking environment. And I'm going to use Wi-Fi here. It's looking for an internet connection. And we're going to get an internet connection. Checking network environment. This is just going to verify that you're connected to the internet. This is going to ask if I have a camera connected. Depending on if you do or not, this will set it up for you. I do not have one connected, so I'm going to hit skip. I'm in the Eastern time. This is going to set up your clock. So I'm just going to hit next. My date and time are right. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to leave it to default settings. I'm going to click next. Do I accept Sony's term use of their software? Yes. Hit accept. PlayStation start now. And it's going to finish booting into the the user menu that you guys are used to, and I'm going to go into settings, and I want to show you how much space this has, so you can see I've indeed installed the 2 terabyte. You can see if you've installed the 2 terabyte up there of how much, hold on, that's how much space on average will be left. 1.73 after you formatted and installed everything. So then it is now time to reinstall everything. You can take out that thumb drive, and if your controller's charged, you can go ahead and disconnect the micro USB cord, and you know it's wireless again. So now is the time to put your your PlayStation account back on, reinstall everything, which may take, depending on how many games you got, could take a while, but your PlayStation is now ready and up and going all happy again. So that is the tutorial, guys, of how to fix your PlayStation with that error. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put it in the comment section below. If you've liked this guide and tutorial, please subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. Until next time, I will see you later.